I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go.
Hey guys, how are we? It's so good to see you guys. Let's see, we have Trista, hi, and Debbie, it's good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. And K-Brace, good to see you, buddy. And Jen, it's always good to see you. Hey Larry, you and Shalima I haven't seen in a long time, but I'm glad you guys could stop by. And Music City Mom, it's always good to see you too. How are you guys? It does, doesn't it, Music City Mom? I wanted something to get us going and, you know, upbeat and excited and stuff like that. And there's not a whole lot to choose from, to be honest with you. Oh, yeah, I thought it was funny too. Let's see, you guys. So this past weekend was Easter, and I hope you guys had a great Easter. And yesterday was the eclipse, and I was hoping that we would see something. I live in Kentucky, but the opposite end, so we didn't get to see a whole lot, but my friends all over the internet, they sent me some cool videos, so that was really neat. Hey Roberta, it's good to see you. Hey Just Me Kentucky, it's really good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by. Yeah. So you guys, this past Easter, while we were all celebrating with our families, and you know, Easter means a whole lot to us Christians, and I'm not going to get into that really, but I would have to say it's the most sacred holiday for me. Even, well, you know, it's close with Christmas, of course. Hey Trista, it's good to see you. And on Saturday, so, and these two ladies, I'm going to tell you about two ladies, Jillian and Veronica. Veronica is 27 years old and Jillian is 39 years old. And they both went to church, and Jillian is actually married to a pastor, and she has 4 kids, and Veronica has 2 kids. And on Saturday, they were supposed to pick up Veronica's kids. They're from Hugoton, Kansas, and they were supposed to drive about 40 miles or about an hour away to this place called Eva, um, Oklahoma. And they were supposed to pick up Veronica's kids. They're 6 and 8 years old, and they were supposed to bring them back to Hugoton for a birthday party. I believe that it was her little girl's birthday, and they were supposed to bring her back. They left early in the morning, and they never showed up, you guys. And the reason that I was speaking about Easter and their religion is because you guys know that they would have both made it back for the Sunday Easter services if they absolutely could have. Hey, Heather, it's so good to see you. Heather, Music City Mom said that my opening song didn't fit my personality. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Hey, Murph, it's good to see you too. I'm glad to see all of you guys. Yeah, a lot of people aren't familiar with this case, Heather, and you know that I like to bring awareness where I can. And so I was just going to tell you guys about Veronica and Jillian. Let me get a picture for you guys. So when they didn't show up, you guys, that's another thing. Apparently, the law enforcement has told the family and friends not to speak publicly. Yeah. And so what I can find out, I'm going to let you guys listen to the press conferences, and they don't say a whole lot, you guys. Everything that I've found out through Facebook groups, and also I have found out through, well, I told you guys that Veronica had to go meet to pick up her 2 kids. There is a lot of court filings in this case, and with Sebastian Rogers' case, you guys, the divorce documents that happened many years ago between Seth and Katie, I'm not sure that they have any place that would help us find Sebastian, And I also said that I wouldn't even consider looking at them through Facebook groups. Sleuth Mom, she actually ordered them, and they're coming through snail mail. And I said that I would trust her and look at hers, but still I don't even know that I would consider them. But these court filings, you guys, I looked at the website myself and saw them for myself with my own eyes. I'm not going to show them here because I would want to redact them and things like that. You guys, Nancy Grace did a podcast on this case, and you know how you can go to her website and it has a description about what she's going to speak about? Well, down below that, she had the kids' names, you guys, and the kids are fine. It was even hard to even get out of law enforcement if the kids were okay, you guys. That's how tight-lipped they are in this case. But they did say no other people are missing. So, hey, Mallory, it's good to see you. It's good to see all you guys. And so when they were asked about the kids, they said, well, no other people are missing. So that's the way they put it. So I take it the kids are okay. But I don't believe in putting their names out there yet like Nancy Grace did. You guys, I love Nancy, but some things I don't agree with. But anyway, so my point was, in this case, I do feel like the court filings might have something to do with this, because they were on their way to pick up the kids. They were supposed to meet her ex, that they were never married. They were supposed to meet her ex's mother, and her ex, that's another story, you guys. We always look at the ex as a suspect. Well, in this case, I don't think that's possible. I'll get to that in a few minutes. Let me go ahead and show you guys their pictures so that we can be looking at that. I'm all discombobulated. Miscombobulated or discombobulated? I don't know. Okay, you guys, let's get their descriptions out first of all. Let's do that. Okay. Um, so Veronica is 27 years old and Jillian is 39. Veronica is 5 feet 4 inches tall with red hair and green eyes, and she was last seen wearing a blue short sleeve shirt and denim shorts. And Jillian has brown hair and blue eyes and was last seen wearing a long sleeve shirt, blue jeans, and tan or beige shoes. And Veronica has several tattoos, a Chinese symbol on her left forearm, a sunflower on her left forearm and left shoulder, and Jillian has a butterfly tattoo on her left forearm. So, and I also wanted to show you guys discombobulated. Okay. Thank you. I'll remember that. Okay, let's see. Veronica she's here on the left, and this is her new, they're saying that he's her fiance, but in some court paperwork that I saw, it said that the children, if Veronica's husband was home, they were allowed to be around him. So, and the last that I seen, these were in November. So I think that I think that they're married, but I'm not gonna say positive. But that's what it said in the court paperwork. And on the right is Jillian with her husband, and she has 4 kids, you guys. They're so beautiful. Both of them are. I'll just leave that up here for a bit. So what I was telling you guys was that in 2018, Veronica split up with her child's father. And since the early part of 2019, they've been going through a very bad custody battle. Do you guys know Melanie Little? She is a lawyer, and she went over all of this paperwork. She is so smart, you guys, and she's a professional lady, and I just really look up to her. I'm going to attorney Melanie Little. I'll go ahead and share her link in the chat because she went over these papers so good, you guys. Yeah, Erin. I think, Erin, you're the one that told me about Melanie Little. She's really good. Hi, Heatherlicious. I'm so glad you could make it. Yeah, she's really good, you guys. And so she was telling me, well, not just me, she was telling her whole chat. She wasn't just telling me privately. She was telling everybody. And so, but I also looked up the papers myself, you guys, too. But so they split up in 2018, and in 2019 is when all the paperwork starts. Veronica had custody at first, and her ex took her to court because he said that she was moving without telling him. And so he took her back to court. And they the kids were spending 1 week with her, 1 week with him. But then when he took her back to court, he got custody somehow. And he has had a lot of trouble with the law, you guys. And like I said, you guys, I wouldn't be going into this if I didn't think that it could possibly have something to do with these ladies missing. And so he had a lot of trouble with the law. In November of last year, he was arrested for felon with a handgun, you guys. And it was dismissed somehow, and he was put on probation. And in February of this year, he was arrested for DV against a pregnant woman and his mother-in-law. So I think that's his new wife. So he was released on 3/22, so 8 days before the women went missing. And he was supposed to be sent for 30 days inpatient rehab. He was supposed to go straight to there. And Lauren Conlon, she's on Twitter. She goes on Nancy Grace a lot too. She stated that she had spoken to his grandmother and that the grandmother says that he was in the inpatient rehab, but take that for what you will. But so allegedly he is nowhere around to have been able to abduct these women. So they were supposed to leave that morning and meet his mother with the children. They were supposed to meet at this place called Four Corners. And I will show you guys, they made it to, their car was found. Oh, I wanted to show you guys too. See my background? Foxy made that for me, you guys. I was telling him I wanted to be like we're outside, just the ladies just having a chat. And he tried to find me a little cute white fluffy dog and it wouldn't fit somehow, so he found me this dog and he said this is when I get feisty. I thought that was cute. But I'll show you guys, they made it within 3 miles of the Four Corners. It was listed on the paperwork that they were supposed to meet at the Four Corners to pick up Veronica's children and meet the mother-in-law. There was a list of supervisors. Veronica wasn't allowed to have the children by herself. She had to have one of 3 supervisors with her, and Jillian was listed as one of the supervisors, so that's why Jillian was with her. And they made it within 3 miles of their destination. It's just me, Kentucky. I know you love all the doggies. Yeah. And you guys, I don't know if any of you are from this area, Oklahoma, or it doesn't look like the holler where I'm from, you guys. It's so desolate. And hey, Thistle, it's good to see you. Oh my goodness. How many times have you stabbed yourself? We're going to get you some good gloves. Okay, I wanted to show you guys what this area looks like. This is what it looks like, you guys, where the car was found. So their car was parked on the side here, and I have heard different accounts. One lady said that she drove by it in the morning and said that one of the windows were broken out, but I don't know if how true that is or not. I'll show you guys so there is no reason in my mind that they would be pulled over 3 miles from their destination in an area that looks like this. Absolutely nobody around. There is a pig farm that is in between. Hey, LSU Nancy Drew, I'm so glad you could make it. Thank you. K-Braze, this is where the car was found. It was 3 miles from the meetup place. Thank you, Heather. Foxy made that for me. Yeah, 3 miles from the meetup place. And in between here and the meetup place, there's a pig farm. And everybody is kind of worried about that. I also want to share with you guys this other channel called Rock Chalk. And these 2 ladies are searching, boots on the ground searching. She is she used to be an investigator for the state of Kansas, I believe she said. And she just wants to help. People have actually tried to donate to her just to help. She brought her horses and her dogs and things like that, but she won't accept any money. This is her channel, you guys, and they go live all the time. Her and another lady who runs the Facebook group, Karen Moody, Truecrime. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but you can watch Rock Chalk all the time where they're doing these searches on the ground. And she said that she has spoken. There's no cameras around the pig farm or around the Four Corners where they were supposed to meet at. Some people think that that they actually might have made it to the meetup and somebody drove their car back. So I'm not sure about that. But even just looking at this, it scares me for some reason. It doesn't look like my hauler for sure. So, and I've also heard different accounts of when of who found the car and who raised the alarm that they were missing. Wouldn't you guys think that that the grandmother, if Veronica and Jillian didn't show up, that the grandmother would have called worried about them? So I'm not sure if that happened. I do have two other let me show you guys. In this one article, down here, it says Tim Singer of the Hugoton Assembly of God in Kansas made the remark, as it's now been 4 days, so this was 4 days, since Veronicabutler, a 27-year-old member of his church, and Jillian Kelly, 39, were last seen. The Oklahoma Bureau of Investigation told Fox News Digital on Tuesday that it believes the women are in danger after their car was found abandoned in a remote area of the state on Saturday. I think they are doing as well as can be expected under the circumstances, Singer said in reference to Butler's fiance and Kelly's husband. See, here they're calling him her fiance, but in the court papers it said the kids were allowed to be around if her husband was home, so I'm not sure. That's not really a big deal. I've heard the locals in the group that know her fiance say he is a great guy, you guys. Usually people come out when things like this happen and say, oh, he's a good guy, or they might not even come out at all, but a lot of people have come out and said that he's a really good guy. And her husband, it says, and Kelly's husband, who is a pastor at another church in the area. The fact that they don't have any answers currently is weighing heavily on them. It said Singer added that the women, who are from Hugoton, were driving to pick up Veronica's children on Saturday to take them back to a birthday party. When he received word they never made it to their destination, Singer said he and Kelly's husband got in a car and drove in the direction they believed to be heading, only to encounter their abandoned vehicle. Surrounded by law enforcement. So this is saying that the pastor of Veronica's church, when he heard they didn't make it to the birthday party, he contacted Jillian's husband, and they drove the 40 minutes and saw the car on the way, and it was already surrounded by law enforcement. So this is what this says. And then let's see. Let's go ahead and watch the first press conference about this, and it's not going to say a whole lot, you guys, but maybe we can pick out a few things. Let's see.
File 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify.
I wouldn't know what to do if we didn't get an ad, you guys.
Good afternoon. I'm Keith Grant, joining you from the 12 News Connected desk. Now, 2 women from Kansas are missing. A post shared by the Hugoton Police Department says,
you guys will have to let me know if you can't hear it. I still need to download that extension that Sleuth Mom has, and I forgot to do it. You guys remind me when I get done. Yeah, Music City Mom, I have premium YouTube too, but this is on the news site. Some reason the news sites you have to watch them for some reason.
Veronicabutler and Jillian Kelly are the 2 missing. We'll bring them up here real quick. These two women were on their way to pick up Butler's children, but they never made it. Now, Kelly is from Hugoton. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says their car was found abandoned on the side of the road in the Oklahoma Panhandle. There hasn't been too much released about this situation. Hunter McKee, Public Relations Officer with the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, joins us now. Good afternoon, Hunter. These women have been missing since March 30th, so that's Saturday. From the time they were reported missing to now, what does OSBI know?
What we know so far is that their vehicle was found by the Texas County Sheriff's Office, and this was near Highway 95 and Road L. And this was just south. So when you're looking at that Texas County, northwest Oklahoma area that is near the Kansas border, just south of the Kansas border, their car was found parked on the side of the road there. The two women were gone, though, and there was no trace of where they might have gone.
Yeah. Who did anyone report them missing, or did law enforcement find them, or find the abandoned car? I guess
the Texas County Sheriff's Office was the ones who their deputies found that vehicle.
And this is kind of confusing to people, you guys. Texas County. It is Oklahoma though, but they call it Texas County.
In that area. So as soon as they found the vehicle and realized that there was something suspicious about that vehicle and that the women that occupied it were gone, that's when they requested us.
Of course. What did they find inside the vehicle, the car?
In regards to our investigation, we cannot release the condition of the vehicle or what was inside. We can say that the vehicle that the two women were driving was a small blue SUV.
In a few days after this, they come out and say what it was in the vehicle led them to think possible foul play. So they don't do this here, but they do say it later.
And again, we are still investigating what we were able to find inside of the vehicle to help us lead to finding these two women. Also, where they were traveling to. We're still looking into that as well.
Okay, where, I guess, do we know where the women were last known to be seen before this?
We do not know. We know that these two women were from Kansas, that they were driving from Kansas. They're both from the same area there in southwest Kansas. So we know that they were driving together, and they were driving to Oklahoma. But the exact destination of where in Oklahoma they were going, why they were driving through. I know that there's been a lot of people put some information out on social media, but right now our special agents with the OSBI are still looking into where they're.
So this is how close to the vest that they keep things in this case, you guys. He's not even saying here why they were driving there or where they were even going to.
They were going and what they were exactly doing.
Of course, I guess with so much limited information from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, why are they considered endangered missing persons?
Well, this is a very, very rural area of northwest Oklahoma, as we've said before. And when you have a vehicle that you know was occupied by these two women, parked along the side of the road, and they're both gone, it's extremely concerning. And so when you don't hear from them since Saturday, like you had mentioned, it's something that we're all, obviously aware of, that there's a lot of concern, and there's a possibility that they can be in danger because nobody knows where they went.
Of course. So that's kind of leading up to it. And of course, as you mentioned, the rural area. So is there any suspected foul play at this time?
We can't confirm that there is foul play at this time. However, again, with their vehicle being parked along the side of the road, with nothing else being around there, and the women are gone, it's something we are. Let me just put it this way: all possibilities are on the table of us investigating what may have happened to these women.
So here he doesn't say foul play. Like I said, you guys, in a few days they do come out and say that whatever was in the car led them to believe that it could possibly be.
Of course, I know that since OSBI hasn't really confirmed where they were going, but on social media there's been they were going to get their Butler's kids. Do we know? Have you guys had any contact with her kids?
At this time, we've had contact with several people that knew both of these women and had contact with them in the hours and days prior to them going missing. However, right now we are still investigating if they were going to see children or who they were going to see exactly. Again,
Wasn't that so weird, you guys? The interviewer asked, "Have you had contact with Veronica's children?" And he answered it that way, which was kind of peculiar, in my opinion.
and it's hopefully information as we're gathering that we'll have a little bit more clarity to. But as of right now, we're still unsure if they were going to see children or who they were going to see exactly.
Yeah, Hunter, I guess why is there so little information being shared about this situation? I know that it's kind of causing issues for that rural area of the Panhandle.
We understand that people are very concerned. People want to know what has happened. I mean, these two women, the people that you speak to, this obviously is not normal. Not only is it normal for them, but it's not normal in that area for a car to be abandoned and two women to just vanish. But again, it's a comprehensive investigation that has to do with a lot of different local law enforcement agencies. And part of our investigation is we have to look into every aspect of what may have happened and what may have led up to them going missing. So again, we understand that people want to know more, but this is information that we're still gathering through and diving through. And, we need to continue to look at this. And some of this is going to take time before we can necessarily release more information.
Of course, I know that this is causing issues for Yarborough schools, which is 2.9 miles from where their abandoned car was found.
Yep, the Yarborough school, people are saying that it's kind of sketchy, but I haven't looked into that. He said it was 3 miles away, and it's the other way, not toward where the Four Corners meeting place was. I have a letter from them I'll read to you guys in a little bit, but actually Veronica graduated from there in 2015, I think, and she was the only one in her graduating class. So I thought that was a good thing to remember.
And lockdown today, as well as they haven't really said when they will end. I guess is there anything that you can say to the parents there? I know that as far as talking to the superintendent, it sounds like there's some parental concerns about sending their kids to school.
Right. And again, just to kind of for clarity on that is the school district's decision on that. So that was not anything that we recommended. As of right now, we do not believe that people in that area are in danger. There is not a suspect or suspects at this time. Again, we're looking at all aspects of this case of what may have happened to these women. So when there is a suspect, or if there is, we will let everyone know. But as of right now, because of that, we do not believe that the public is in danger at this time.
All right, perfect. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Hunter.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, guys, I'll show you that letter. So this was on Monday, April the 1st. So this is from the Yarborough School. Let me zoom in as much as I can. Monday, April the 1st. Dear parents and guardians, first and foremost, we are praying for the safe return of Veronica and Jillian. Veronica is a Yarborough graduate with the class of 2015. Yep, 2015. I remember her graduation ceremony very clearly as she was the only senior graduating that afternoon. She was a class of one that year. I joked about her being the top of her class and, well, the bottom also. That is funny. Second, at this time, We just don't have very much information other than these two ladies are missing and their vehicle was found a little south of the school down at the correction line. Because there are so many unanswered questions, Yarborough School will be operating in a lockdown status tomorrow with additional safety measures in place. Students will remain indoors throughout the day. All exterior doors will remain locked except for the south gym outside doors due to precinct voting. However, the south gym will be locked off from the remainder of the school. Classroom doors will be locked, additional monitoring will be in place, and access to the building by visitors will be limited. We will assess our security plan on a daily basis and will make sure that updates are published as soon as possible. If you have specific concerns or questions, please reach out and let us know. Our hearts are broken for these families and our prayers are with them. Sincerely, Mr. Jig Wiggins, Superintendent. So they thought, which if it was that close, I wouldn't send my child to school that day either. So I don't blame them for that. I just wanted to read that to you guys. I am Skippy. Keep up the great work, Mo. Now back to work. Oh, thanks. Good to see you, Skippy. Thank you. Oh. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And also it gave us a little look. I like to know what these ladies are like. And so this was a little bit about Veronica. And I did hear that somebody from Jillian's church said that she loves gardening and baking. And she actually works in the office at their church, I believe. So I wanted to read you guys that. Now we can look at the second presser. You guys want to. Let's see what day this was on. It said April the 4th. So this was on the 4th. I forgot to look and see what day the other one was on. I'll check on that for you guys.
Okay. It's Hunter McKee, Hunter McKee, Public Information Manager, Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. On Saturday, March 30th, the Texas County Sheriff's Office requested the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation to investigate the suspicious disappearance of two women. This was 27-year-old Veronicabutler and 39-year-old Jillian Kelly. Their vehicle was found abandoned. This was near Highway 95 and Road L, and this was just south of Elkhart, Kansas. This was on the very northern part of rural Texas County, just south of that Kansas line. As soon as the OSBI special agents were requested to assist with this case, our special agents, along with several other local law enforcement agencies in that area, all came together to try to track down where these two people went. As this investigation continued, our agents were able to determine that the abandoned vehicle that was found along that road had information that they were able to gather that showed signs that there was foul play. As of right now, what was found inside of the vehicle.
What did he say, you guys? Right there is what I was talking about. They changed their tune between that presser and this one. I just rewound it just a second.
Able to determine that the abandoned vehicle that was found along that road had information that they were able to gather that showed signs that there was foul play.
The information gathered showed signs that there was foul play. Rock Chalk, when she actually took all of us, in her chat by that area, and there was some disturbed places and there was some stuff on the ground. Oh, Debbie, that's all right. You rest all you can. You need to get your strength back up. So yeah, I'm not sure what they're talking about.
As of right now, what was found inside of the vehicle, the condition of the vehicle, is still under investigation right now. And in regards to our investigation, that information cannot be released. However, we can say that based on what they were able to obtain, that there was foul play. Right now, we are still looking for both women at this time, and there are no arrests. And again, we've received several tips on this case so far, but we're asking that the public in that area or anyone that has additional information or knows about the whereabouts of these two people to please reach out to the OSBI at tips@osbi.ok.gov. And you can also call us at 1-800-522-8017.
Do we think these two women are even alive?
We're not sure at this time. We're investigating this.
Can you guys hear the questions that they were being asked? She just asked, do we think these women are even alive? And I know why they would need to ask those questions, but questions like those really bother me because I feel like we have to always keep in mind. I feel like we always have to look for living people, you guys. When it's unknown, I feel like we have to keep that in our minds, you know?
We're investigating this as everything is on the table. We are hopeful that they are still alive, but we're going to do everything in our power to track these two people down as quickly as we can.
There's a school district that has been on lockdown for days over this. Why?
That is the school district's decision. However, we understand that there are teachers and other people in the area that are very concerned, and we understand that they're doing what they can to keep their kids safe, as well as their teachers safe as well. That is not something that the OSBI necessarily had told them that they needed to do, but that was the school district's decision, and we understand that they're just trying to keep everyone as safe as possible.
Should Oklahomans be concerned about their well-being?
At this time, we do not believe that the public is in immediate danger, but
Don't they always say this, you guys? They even said this on the Idaho case. The public is not in danger. Well, if you don't have somebody arrested, then even if you know who they are, if they're not behind lock and key, then the public is in danger, in my opinion. You guys, it's not letting me type in my chat on YouTube. I'm having to use my phone. It says subscribers only. I don't know what's up with that.
Again, we're trying to do everything that we can to talk to as many people in that area as we can. And because there is foul play involved in this case, we're doing what we can to identify possible suspects. And then if anything changes in regards to that, or if there's someone that we are specifically looking for, we will let the public know, and we will let them know if that changes. But as of right now, there are no suspects identified. And right now, we do not believe that the public is in immediate danger.
Any leads on suspect? How many people are we kind of looking at?
That is still under investigation right now.
The story is they were picking up children. What were they? Their children? Whose children were they?
We're still investigating that right now. We know that there was another law enforcement agency that had determined that that's where they were going. But right now, our agents are still investigating where their final destination was and where these women were exactly traveling to. We know they were traveling from Kansas. We know they were driving through Oklahoma, and their abandoned vehicle was found in Oklahoma. But where they were going is still under investigation right now.
You said another law enforcement agency said that where they were going. I didn't hear that anywhere, but they all need to get on the same page and let the same stuff out to the public, in my opinion.
Again, the information that was found inside of the vehicle or around the vehicle is something that we're not going to release at this time.
Are we any closer to finding the girls?
We are hopeful. Our agents and other law enforcement agencies in that area are working around the clock to do what they can to track these two people down and to find out what had occurred, why they went missing. I mean, all of that is still under investigation right now, but we're hopeful that we'll have more details coming.
We're saying these are mothers. Have you been able to speak to anyone's family? How are they feeling this evening?
There's a lot of individuals that our agents have been in contact with and have spoke to so far. That's family, that's friends, that's people that have been in contact with them up until the hours missing. But right now we're not going into details of who we're exactly speaking to, but we're talking to as many people as we can to try to find out what had occurred.
And there's really limited information about who these women were. Is there any more that you could tell us? Two mothers have brought in.
Not at this time.
Music City Mom, she did it. That journalist, she said, could you please tell us any more about who these women were? They did that too. You're right. I pay attention to that. I always try to consciously think, don't do that. Do not do that. And I wish others would take care like that too. It might not seem big to some, but it's big to me, like you said, Music City Mom.
We know that these are two women who, unfortunately, because they are missing, because it's been since Saturday, since anyone has heard from them, and because we were able to obtain information to declare that there was foul play, this is extremely sad and extremely unfortunate. We're hopeful that we'll be able to find out what had happened very soon.
Any additional information you can give us at this time?
Not at this time. We again, what we're going to try to do is based on what we're able to find. Well, what I can say is right now we will continue to update on any information that we deem is to release to the public on our social media platform. So again, we ask that people who want to follow this can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So we will continue to put out updates. As of right now, there is nothing additional, but as soon as we have anything else, we will definitely let everyone know.
There was a Amber Alert over Easter weekend as well. Is this in connection to it at all?
No.
Okay. And how many missing people are right now in Texas County?
Right now in Texas County, we're looking for 2 women, 2 people. And again, I just want.
That's what I was talking about, you guys, when she asked how many people in Texas County are missing, and he said 2. I think she was asking in a roundabout way if he knew where Veronica's children were in a roundabout way. So he said just 2. So that leads me to believe that the children are safe somewhere. I'm sure they would say if not, but remember, they didn't want to answer about the children earlier.
People to understand that the public, the citizens in that area have done a tremendous job of reaching out to us. They are concerned. They want these women found. They want as many answers as possible, and we understand that. But as we kind of continue to investigate this and find out what had exactly occurred, we just want to put it out there that we still need people. Anybody else that knows anything, please reach out to us by phone, and you can also email us at tips@osbi.ok.gov. We're still receiving as many tips as we possibly can.
And I do want to ask one last question. I feel like I've seen so many endangered people.
You want me to just stop?
So we didn't get to hear what the rest of that last question was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that last question was, but I do at the bottom, you guys, I do have the website to contact if anybody has any tips, and the telephone number. On Rock Chalk's page, she keeps their identity secret. She doesn't say, but she does say that the locals are very, very forthcoming speaking to her, and that's not common. We don't see that a whole lot, I don't think. Maybe so, but they really want to find these women too, and I am glad that they're speaking to her and the police. It seems like they're speak to the police first. Okay, and there's 2 videos from News Nation I thought we could watch, and then if we had any questions, we can K-Braze. So they didn't say what was actually in the car yet. Also, I wonder if it was in park, because usually when people are taken off guard, I wouldn't imagine they would put it in park. Those are very good questions. K-Braze, you're our car guy. You're our car expert on panel. That is a very good point. And I'm really not sure if they drove their car there themselves because it was in such a weird place. Maybe next time we can look at Google Earth, you guys, and maybe we can see better that way and tell exactly where they were going and how their car was parked and things like that. I haven't been researching this case for too many days. I don't know if you guys saw my community post, but it was about Hobo Shoestring. He was a YouTuber that he had over 200,000 subscribers, and he rode he hopped trains back and forth. And I had done a lot of research on him, and I was going to go live on Saturday because he was missing, but he was unfortunately found deceased in the lake behind his house. So I've only been looking into this case since Sunday. So, and there's not a whole lot. You guys see, there's not a whole lot to find. But yeah, let's see. I'll get us to the two videos that I found this morning.
We can provide so far is just what you see here behind me, this vast, open, wide landscape that we're dealing with the search and the terrain. And you're right, we started off in Oklahoma City this morning, pounding on the door of the OSBI, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. They have, said to us, look, we just can't tell you much right now. Stand by. We'll let you know when there is news. We were hopeful that there might be some development over the weekend, possibly today. Didn't happen. In fact, they said that they might be able to give us an update this morning. They said they were too busy. So off we went, and we've been driving across the state, and we're just about to come up on the part of the road here on the highway where we're going to hit the spot where the women's vehicle was found. But we want to show you some drone video that we have taken of this.
A lot of people I've heard saying that when they go to searches like this, when people are missing in this desolate area like this, that they would see people grid searching and horses and scent dogs and things like that. But Rock Chalk said, I don't think she's seen anybody like that. So that's kind of concerning.
Very spot where that blue SUV was found on March 30th. And as you can see, when it lifts up and around from that location, that's what we're talking about. Flat, wide, and we've been looking for grid searches. Leland, you and I have talked about missing person cases for decades on the air together. And usually we see grid search. We see K9 units. We see a command post. We don't see anything like that right now.
I said people have been saying, I guess it was her, you guys. I guess it was her that was saying. That's where I got it from. You guys, I watch so much and read so much and take so many notes. I do forget something. So it was her that was saying that. So she's been to a lot of missing person cases probably. So she's saying this is uncommon.
We have been told that family and friends of these two women have been told not to talk to the media. They want to keep everything close to the vest. Understood. But for right now, there are little answers. A lot of people talking about, the family. Let's talk about the ex of the woman who was going to pick up her kids. She was embroiled in a bitter custody battle, Veronicabutler, and we know that she was going to pick up her two kids. I've been going through the court documents that have spanned for years and years about the back and forth with the custody of these two kids between Veronica and her ex, who is reportedly in a drug rehabilitation center right now in Oklahoma City. And the grandmother had custody, and we've been trying to get a hold of the grandmother. Nobody's talking. So for right now, the OSBI is telling us they are, even though
I'm not 100% positive about the grandmother having custody. Veronica had filed some paperwork 10 days ago, I believe. I'll have to look into that some more, but I'm not for sure that she had legal custody.
We don't see an investigation going on the ground. They say that they are conducting searches, but there's not a lot to look around right now. When you look at that, the footage that we're bringing you from the drone, you can see just how difficult this is, Leland.
It's pretty stunning when you see just how rural and vast that area is. Tracy, The Keystone cops screw this one up?
So in my opinion, no, but I do think, to Laura's point about terrain, so I was a drone operator for quite some time. And the thing is an area like this is actually great for covering with drones, quite frankly. You don't have a lot of mountains, you don't have a lot of hilly territory, you don't have really high brush and thick tree canopy. So it's actually pretty easy to cover by drone. The reason I don't think that a command post has been set up is I believe something got them to pull over. This is clearly a targeted attack here because this is a road.
That's what I'm thinking too, guys. What is the odds that it could be a stranger abduction or whatever? I don't think there's any way whatsoever. She said that there's not a central command post like we see in most places because the cops already know, and they just need enough evidence.
That is not traveled a lot. So something got them to pull over. And what that tells me is that perhaps they were taken into a vehicle and brought to a secondary location, and police already know that, which may mean why there's not a command post and not a canine crew out here. So I don't necessarily think that they have screwed it up. And I actually think that they're asking the family not to talk because they may be investigating members of the family at this point in time.
Yeah, you'd think, at least in my experience, that you want family members and possible suspects out there talking because you never know what they're going to say to the media.
I agree with that fella. Like, I don't know why that they would tell them not to talk if they're looking at them as a suspect. I believe what he's saying.
Contradicts whatever else is out there. Laura, this goes to an important point, though. If they were targeted, it's obvious and horrific. If they weren't targeted and they are the victims of some kind of random crime, in a way, it's even more scary. Have the police said about there being a threat to the community?
The police have said that there is not an active threat to the community. I did reach out to a private investigator who works this terrain, knows the area well, and says, look, yeah, it could absolutely have something to do with a family member. Sure, that's where everybody starts. But also pointed out that this area, because of its vastness, because of the type of terrain we're dealing with, is a big area for human trafficking. So there's that. There's obviously drugs and guns going on around this area as well. And we've heard that there was foul play found around the car. So what was it? Was it blood? Was it a broken window? They are not telling us, the OSBI is not telling us exactly what kind of foul play we're talking about. But to Tracy's point, you're right. We've long also thought maybe somebody was standing on the side of the road. These two women are mothers and they work with the.
I don't think if somebody was standing on the side of the road out in an area like this, I do not think these two women would stop. They had places to be at a certain time, and I don't see them pulling over to help somebody like that. Yes, they might go down the road and call for help, but I don't see them pulling over to help a stranger. No, I don't.
Church, the pastor's wife was the passenger. And so, was there somebody that was standing out on the side of the road as a decoy trying to bring them over? Those are it's a list of possibilities that people are talking about. The rumor mill is running rampant out here with all kinds of different scenarios that could be taking place, but we just don't know until the investigators with the OSBI tell us what's going on. They've asked us to hold tight, and I've reached out to the FBI, to my contacts with the FBI, to find out if they're going to get involved. We've reached out to the governor's office. We all want answers, and we want to help find these women and bring them home.
Tracy, last word to you on this. How is it possible that the police would not want help? If they really didn't screw this up and they somehow have the triple underwater blindfolded chess move, that they found all these things, they're just waiting to piece it together, why wouldn't they want their suspects to make a mistake?
So I think it depends. A lot of times what happens in an investigation like this, particularly in areas that are rural, you can go into an issue where there's actually too many tips. And then that hinders the investigation in and of itself and takes a lot longer than what's needed to go through. Also, an investigation like this, Laura was mentioning, you've got several different agencies here. You have individuals in Kansas, you have OSBI, you have the FBI, and you probably have other agencies as well. And so they are all trying to work together. And because they're trying to work together, asking the family at this point in time to not put additional information out there protects all of those agencies in terms of gathering evidence.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com.
Okay, Bears, have they said if the car had any damage, like someone ran them off the road or anything? No, they haven't said anything. One lady that drove by said that the passenger's side window was busted out, and another person said that the window was just down. So we don't really have anything confirmed. Okay, there's one more video that I want to show you guys from News Nation. The lady that was just speaking, she said that they've been being followed. And Rock Chalk, who is boots on the ground, she said that they've also been followed. And I know in recent cases we've heard that this one or that one has been followed. And I don't want to say that I don't believe them. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But in this situation, I absolutely believe it. Listening to this lady. Okay, let me find it. I forgot this one was Banfield, you guys. Oh, yes, Jen. Me and Miss Arnold was talking about her the other day. We haven't heard anything else about her. That was so odd, too. We need to see if we can find any updates about her and see if we can spread any more awareness about her. That's a very good question, too. Remind me about that later, too. Please. Remind me. You guys, since I had C19, you know, when I first had it, I would get really foggy. It would be every day, and now it's just every once in a while. I still get it. It's the brain fog. It's so crazy. Let's see here. So sometimes if I'm forgetful, that's what it is, you guys. It's not my age or anything like that, I promise.
Rural area. It's very dark, it's very desolate, and suddenly you found yourself followed. Did I get any of that wrong? And take me from there.
So we started off our day in Oklahoma City, where we went to the OSBI, and we've been making our way slowly to the area where the women's SUV was found. And we know that they were supposed to meet up at this abandoned gas station, the Four Corners, which we went to. And we checked that out. And then we took this right on Highway 95 to see if we could just quickly find the spot where the women's SUV was located, Road L and Highway 95. We turned off and we looked around, and we really, we've been reporting on it, and we knew as our team put a safety plan in place together for ourselves, saying, let's all watch each other's backs. Let's share our location with other people. We got to this location, and
I do have to tell you this, you guys. Rock Chalk said that she said she also spoke to some of the News Nation people, and I don't know if it was this lady or not, but she said that some of the News Nation people and her, that law enforcement told them the wrong place where the SUV was allegedly found. So I don't know if it was a mix-up or what, but that's kind of weird, huh? And then now this happens.
Filmed it. You can see it right there. Road L is actually off of 95, a bit more than we expected it to be. Now, exactly where the car was is between that area and where this cross was found. We found this white cross with yellow ribbon. The women's names are on that cross. Who placed it there, we don't know. But our plan was to show this to you, to film it and get out of there. And when we went to turn around to go back down this long dirt path, Road L, this big black truck with tinted windows pulled up and seemingly looked like it was going to start to block us. And our plan all along was, if we see somebody coming down the road, let's all get in the car and get out of here, which is exactly what we did, driving back towards the gas station and getting back over here to a well-lit area so we could report to you tonight.
So where they were where the car was and where the gas station, the Four Corners, it's actually an abandoned gas station, you guys. I want to show you guys on Google Earth maybe next time. But where she was talking about where the car was found and where the meeting place was, it's 3 miles. So she was saying they were trying to get back in the car and hurry back the 3 miles.
Show you where the SUV was found. There has been no information about what has happened to these women. We have been pressing the OSBI for days now, for over a week. We don't have any answers. We know that nobody's talking. And Ashley, you and I have been doing these missing person cases for a really long time. And whenever I arrive to a scene like this,
we don't deserve answers, right, you guys? We're the public. We're citizen journalists and sleuths, and, we don't deserve answers. But what I'm concerned about is all the things they've held so close to their vest. I'm just wondering if there's something else that they could release to give any more clues so that people could find them. That's what I'm worried about. I think it was the guys are foggy again, but all of the bodies that were found in New York, they recently arrested that guy. They waited years to speak about a belt buckle, I think, that they found. Or it was something crazy like that, something that would have helped identify the killer. And they held on to that for years. And that's what I'm thinking about. Is there something else that they could release to possibly help?
I usually see a grid search. I see canine units. We see a command post. We see the types of things that we're used to, but there is nothing. There is no sign of a search going on right now where we are in Oklahoma.
So this is why I was distressed. Can I just ask our control room to roll that video that they were just showing as Laura was showing us that location that now.
Ashley's eyeshadow does look pretty, you guys. Even though she doesn't wear color in her clothes, her eyeshadow is really pretty. It's like a purple color. I figured I would just say that. I have to stop for fair use anyways, and that hit my mind. It is really pretty.
Now, all of a sudden, that the cross has shown up in that spot where the women disappeared. Laura, there was a truck on the left-hand side of the screen. Is that the black truck that you were referring to, or was it another black truck?
No. It was another black truck. What you see there on the screen is we have vehicles that belong to us, and it was further down the road. So it was right where the highway.
Guys, pay attention where that pole is. I don't know if they show closer or not, but there is a cross in that area that somebody had already put with the two ladies' names in it. And I don't know, what does it matter to me? I don't, but I don't know how I feel about that. I just hope that people haven't given up and just haven't, just already given up and think that they're already passed away and stuff. I hope they're not doing that.
Way and the road met, and this truck kind of pulled in. Now, were we near somebody's private property? We might have been. I'm from California, and so a lot of these roads lead to, vineyards. But we have described, and we took some drone video today as well. But yeah, you can see that cross. It has their names on it. Who placed it there? It looks like this is the spot where the SUV was found. The drone footage that we took earlier, we specifically did to show everybody just how rural this area is. You've been hearing us talk about it, hearing Brooke Schaefer mention it as well, but we wanted to get up and out and show you that as far as the eye can see, there's a lot of terrain to get to. It's a lot of farmland. There are
Oh my gosh, you guys. I was talking again, muted. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm good, you guys. I'm sorry. I was reading Kay Braze's comment about have they met at that abandoned gas station before. The paperwork that I saw that mentioned that place specifically, it was from November. So I think that they have met there before. Case.
We're going to try this one more time. Oh, my God.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. You don't even know what today has been like. Oh my. Hey everybody.
Hey, it's good to see you. Did you see the background? This is what Foxy was working on. See the little dog back there? I'll show you better in a second. Look.
Oh, Foxy, I want
Yeah.
one. I want a background.
Jen said that we needed to name him. Yeah. How are you today, Case?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I had to go. You know what happened Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got a phone call this afternoon, or like right around lunch, that says, "Oh yeah, by the way, we can't even start tearing your son's truck down until you come and sign it, giving us permission to do it on behalf of your insurance company." Excuse me?
Mm,
They were at the
mm.
lot where my other son works to pick it up yesterday. If they'd have brought the papers, I could have went out there and signed them.
Oh my
So
goodness.
anyway,
So
I'm
what are you gonna
sorry.
do now?
I had to go to the other city. You know, the city I go to a lot. I had to go to that other city where the body shop is, and do a walk around to make sure that they had every bit of the damage documented, and then signed, giving them permission to repair it.
Oh my goodness. That's
I thank
crazy.
God my dad could go with me. I don't know anything about tires and coming off of vehicles. All that. Y'all, I'll just tell y'all, a Sunday afternoon, my 24-year-old son, the driver's side tire came off of his F-150, and it damaged his truck. He's fine. He's not hurt, but it did damage his truck. So,
Yeah, he was very lucky from looking at it. Very lucky. He had God with him that
yeah,
day for sure.
yeah. Mo, I haven't even told you this part of it. This is how God works, guys. This is how God works. His girlfriend goes to church in a city that you have to get on the interstate and go to. Her and her family recently moved to another church. He was debating on whether or not to go meet her and go to church with her Sunday. And if they had, they would have both been in his truck on the interstate when it happened. Yep. It was awful. And to get a phone call, your son is screaming, "Get up here, my tire just came off." We don't know if he hit somebody, if he hit somebody else or what, but he's he's fine. We've got his rental car, and now they're supposed to be starting now tearing down. So I'm sorry, Mo, that I'm late for your live. I'm a
Oh,
bad
that's
friend.
okay. No, no trouble at all. No trouble at all. I had everybody else has have you heard about this case much?
Not much. I haven't.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you about it. I actually we're about towards the end. There was Jillian and her husband was a pastor, and they that's how her and Victoria met each other, I believe. And so they put out a prayer that I was going to read to us. And if you believe, please pray for them yourself. And if you don't believe, just you can still think about these good words and things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll put their pictures up, and I want to read their descriptions one more time. And they also they were driving a little blue SUV that day. So if you guys live in that area, check your camera footage. I know that they said there's not a lot of cameras around there, but you never know. And okay, this is Victoria on the left, and Veronica. Oh my gosh. My eyes are foggy too, you guys. I'm sorry, Veronica. She's 5'4" tall with red hair and green eyes, last seen wearing a blue short sleeve shirt and denim shorts. And then Jillian has brown hair and blue eyes and was last seen wearing a long sleeve shirt, blue jeans, and tan or beige shoes. You guys, I'm sorry that I messed up her name. You guys know that I researched these cases really, really, really well. And so that wasn't just, it's not because I don't know. So I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that.
No, yeah, accidents. Yeah, it's easy to get a name like that, and we all know that you research and research and research and research and research.
Yeah, I really do. And speaking on these cases mean a lot to me because, like, well, you guys know when I first spoke about Sebastian, it was 2 days after the Amber Alert. And I spoke on him 3 times in the first 10 days. And the last time that I spoke about him was the very first interview that his stepdad and his mom gave. And after that, you guys, I didn't feel like it was about Sebastian anymore, and it was hard to get facts. So that's why I haven't done any more lives about him. And then when I spoke about Riley, it was the same thing. I gave out, you guys know, I made that video of his last known movements. And that was really hard. I hadn't learned Google Earth or video editing, so I worked really hard on that. And then when it got crazy about that, I stopped speaking on that too. And I just try my very best to bring awareness to what I can.
You do a great job. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like that you don't do a great job.
Thank you.
Don't
And
ever.
And I'm a newbie, you guys. You know, I really haven't been at this very long, since the first start of February, maybe. So, yeah.
I'm like everyone
Thank you,
else.
Heather.
I'm glad that when you saw the craziness, you started backing off, because it's not. This is Kay speaking. This is not Mo speaking. At this point, in my opinion, it's not about the kids anymore. It's what the situation can do for certain creators. I'm sorry, it's just the way I feel.
Yeah. Okay, I'll share this prayer with you guys. This is from their church.
Yes, Heather. Sebastian has been lost in all the chaos, and yes, Jennifer. Mo does have respect for Sebastian and his family. She absolutely does.
Yeah, I absolutely do. Okay, it says, meanwhile, Heath Kelly, the pastor husband of Jillian, shared a church's prayer on Facebook calling for the women's safe return. Heavenly Father, we come to you today in desperation and weakness, knowing that you are almighty, all-powerful, and able to do what we are unable, reads the message posted by the McCook Christian Church in Nebraska. This was the church that they were planning on moving to, you guys. And he had already taken the job, so just file that away. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it or not. Was Jillian not going to be the supervisor for the Veronica's visitation anymore? I'm not sure. It says, when we do not know what to say, you intervene for us. We bring Jillian and Veronica to you today. We ask in the mighty name of Jesus that you would allow them to be seen by someone and brought home to their families. We ask that you wrap them in your embrace of comfort and peace. Give direction to those that are searching, the prayer adds. Shine a light on the clues and move their feet swiftly towards these women with purpose and determination. Provide protection to all involved and bring them all home safely to their families. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and remember them in your prayers, in your alone time. And I know, you guys, that it's easy to think, well, obviously something bad happened, and I mean, I know the odds are probably about that, but I feel like we can't give up hope. Never, you know.
No, we can't. We can never give. We can never give up hope ever, ever. And I just.
I know. Too. There was the title of my live: 2 missing Kansas women and 6 children missing their mothers. 6 children, you guys, between them, without their moms today. They've been without their moms for over a week now.
Yep.
I'll show you right fast, Case,
there are 6 kids who do not have a mommy to tuck them in tonight. 6 kids.
This is the area where the car was found. Case. It was 3 miles from where they were supposed to pick up Veronica's children, and this is the area where it was found so desolate.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and I told everybody that I'm not sure about Sebastian, his parents' divorce papers, because it was so long ago, and plus I haven't seen them for myself. But in this situation, the custody papers and things like that, I do think that it might be relevant because Veronica was meaning to pick up her kids. So I figured that I might look into those some more, and we might see what else we can find on those, and then also look at the Google Earth next time.
Yes. So let's plan on doing that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jennifer, but that I always think about things like that. I mean, those six kids. I mean, they're wondering where mommy is right now. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. My real dad died when I was 5, and so I always, when I grew up, it always made, I always wondered why, like, how you like the 4-leaf clovers and things. I had convinced myself if I found a 4-leaf clover that God would let my dad come back to me.
Oh, bless your heart. Oh my goodness.
I really did. I did. I convinced myself of that. And I remember when the first time I found one, I was so mad because God didn't. I mean, I was probably 6 or 7 when I found the first one. You know what I mean? And I remember telling my mom, I said, it didn't happen. And she said, what do you mean? I said, 4-leaf clover's good luck. That means God's supposed to let my daddy come back. So I mean, it's hard. It's hard on kids when a parent's gone.
Yeah, you would know. They're in your situation right now. Bless them.
So just pray for their little tender hearts.
Yeah. Hopefully that they'll give us an update. I played the 2 press conferences that they've had so far, and it really doesn't tell a whole lot. Like everything I found on my own time looking into stuff myself. So they're holding everything very, very close to the vest, which is a good thing. But like I said before, yeah.
Yep.
All right, you guys, thank you all so much for coming today. I really, really appreciate it. And email me anything that you guys find, and we'll also, I need to come up with another when was it? I think, let me check again. I need to be working on us another Happy Endings live. Those get me through, you guys.
Yeah, those get me through too. Yeah.
Let's see. It was on April 4th.
Thank
Jen,
you guys so much for being here to support Mo. It means a lot to me. It really does.
Oh, thank you. It really does mean a lot to me too. Hi, Thistle. It's good to see you. It was on April the 4th, you guys, the last press conference. And we heard the last reporter say that she's been calling the OSBI every day and not getting any info. So I'm hoping they come up with some good news, you guys. And if like I said, if you guys see any updates, please email them to me or email me if you would like to get in the Discord. Yes, and Jen, thank you so very much for posting Case's link. Yeah, you guys subscribe to Case
Thank
too.
you. Thank you. I'm going to be going live again soon. It's just that so much happened the last little bit, but I am going to be going live again soon too on my channel. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here to support Mo. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, it means a lot to me too. Okay, I love you guys.
Girl. Love you. I'll talk to you later.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
bye-bye. Bye.